If you don't know where you're headed, then how are you gonna know when you get there? If you are ready to take massive action, really make and see some significant changes in your life, you gotta have a clear vision of what you want and where you're going. So today I'm gonna talk you through how to create some massive vision for yourself and some very clear action steps on how to get there. Let's go. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordan Thompson and I am a full-time working mama who is obsessed with productivity, time management tips, and personal growth. So today we're going to create what's called your focus and vision map. You could call it your blueprint to manifesting the life that you want. Whatever you call it, all I want you to know is that this is going to help you get really, really clear on who you want to be, what you want to have, and what you hope to get out of life so that you can start going there. Absolutely love creating these and reviewing them every once in a while. I don't review them every single day, and sometimes I don't even review them every single week, but I like to do it regularly because it keeps my vision and my goal and what I want for my life at the forefront of my brain. So we're just gonna go straight in. You can do this old school style, a journal, or you can, and I highly suggest this, doing this in Google Docs so that you have a living, breathing document of what you're creating so that you can go in and look at it anytime on your computer, on your phone, on your tablet, and you can access it really from anywhere and make changes when needed because you're gonna wanna update it pretty regularly. First things first, you're gonna create a story. What I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and visualize, what does your life look like? Your absolute dream look like in 5, 10, 15 years. And I want you to dream really big and write that down. Now you can separate this out, what it looks like on a personal level, what it looks like for you work-wise, or you can merge them all together. What does it look like to live your dream life in 5 to 10 years? And I want you to write everything down in absolute detail. That's the first part of that, is crafting a story of your dream life. Next section are creating principles, rules to live by. What are gonna be the things that govern who you are, how you behave, what kind of boundaries are you gonna have? Here are some of my rules to live by that I try to embody as much as possible. Leave people feeling good when you leave the room. Protect and invest in your children. You are their safe space above all else. Everything is figure outable and I am smart enough to find the way. Contribution over criticism. Accept others as they are. These are just a couple of the things, the rules that I try to live by and things that I like to keep in mind because the ideal version of myself believes and thinks those things. And sometimes they're not always super easy for me. So these are things that I'm trying, some values, if you will, some rules and some principles that I really want to live my life by. So come up with a list of your own. It could just be a couple, it could be a lot. Whatever comes to mind, you can always add or take away later. Next, I want you to come up with your own personal mission. So businesses and companies, they all have mission statements, right? What is your personal mission statement in life? What do you want to achieve? How do you want to have an impact on people? How do you want to change lives? How do you want to change the world? And if you're like me, this could be a really, really difficult question to answer. And so maybe the best question for you to answer right now is, what's my mission now in this season of life? Because it could change. Maybe you are a new mom. Perhaps your mission revolves around that. Maybe you just embarked on a new job or business, and so maybe your mission involves that. Maybe you are out there just trying to figure out who the heck you are. So maybe that's your mission. Find out who I am in this season of life. What's cool about this is it doesn't need to be anything that fits in a box. It's to be what feels good to you. It's gonna make me feel good and accomplished and valued and valuable at the end of the day. So you may need to sit on this for a while. I know when I first created my vision, mission, focus, I gotta come up with a better name for this. Dream life map. There you go. I like that one. Don't let it be heavy, but let it make you think. The next thing I want you to do is create your identity. It sounds like a lot of work. It's not. I want you to create an idea or a visualization or a representation of who your ideal self is. And so for me, I like to create a Pinterest board of that. It's like a visual representation of who I aspire to be. You can write out words, you can write out descriptions, or you can do what I've done and taking visuals to show who I want to step into, my higher self, if you will, my ideal me, the identity that I am attempting to step into. Okay, so we talked about rules to live by, but let's get a little bit more specific. The next thing that we're going to create are our habits, our discipline, and rules. If you don't like the word rule, then just get rid of it. What are some things that you need to do regularly and be disciplined in order to support that ideal version of you? Some of mine are, I move my body every day, I strength train 3 times a week, take breaks from people and work when I'm feeling stressed out and overwhelmed, read often, I drink alcohol in very limited moderation. All of these things are habits, disciplines, or rules that I've created for myself because they support that overall vision of that identity that I'm aspiring to be. I love this next one. I got this from my boss at work, and it's things that keep me from the top of my game. What are the things that keep me from being the me that I want to be? It's like a riddle. What are the things that get in my way? That could be people, places, things, experiences. So for me, it's being inconsistent with taking action, yelling at my kids if I get really frustrated, eating foods that make me feel like crap. All of those things keep me from feeling like I'm at the top of my game. When we're feeling crappy and we're feeling negative, and we're not feeling good about ourselves, it creates a disconnect between where we are and where we're wanting to go. The reason why we created those habits and disciplines and rules to live by is because we know we feel really, really good when we're doing them. So what are the things that negate that? What are the things that don't make you feel good? Get in the way of progress. This next one is my own little specialty, and this is talk about the season of life that you're in right now. You go through a million different seasons of life. Every new experience you have, every age, every milestone, all of those things come with different responsibilities, different mindsets, different things to do, and people that you interact with. So what does this season of life look like? What are you hoping to get out of it? What do you want to be? What do you not want? Write about it. Just write about this season. So when you reflect on this dream life map, you're focused on this season. And I think that's really important because sometimes the season of life that we're currently in may feel really far away from where we want to be, but it's a necessary stepping stone. It's a necessary part of life to have to go through. So from there, you've created this big picture vision of who you want to be, what your life looks like. So now let's start talking about some specific things. Let's set some goals. As of now, I have my dream life map set up with yearly goals, and I've separated them out into personal goals, professional goals, and then I have some travel goals. Take it or leave it, you don't have to have the same thing. And then I have future goals, things that I just know I'm probably not going to achieve in this current calendar year, but they are absolutely on my radar, and I will attack them when it feels like the ideal time. If you want, you can break that down even further, and you can do monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals. You get as granular as you want, but I kind of like the big picture, higher level goals for when I do this overall dream life mapping, because this is more visionary as opposed to actionable, but feel free to dial it in as much as you want. Next thing that I like to add to my dream life map are affirmations. I'm a big fan of affirmations. I try to say them every single morning. If you are not on the affirmation game, that's cool. You don't have to do this, but I highly suggest adding ones that light you up. What are the ones that feel really good and are almost a little too out of reach for you? Because that's going to help you build and support that overall dream life. So just to give you some examples, these are the affirmations that I love, and I love to say to myself over and over and over again. I am enough. Things are always working out for me. I am a very lucky girl. It's safe for me to have a lot of money. I choose to focus on experiences that are life sustaining, not draining. Whatever floats your boat, whatever lights you up. If you need to go on Pinterest to look some of those up, please do. Find the affirmations that feel really good to you and light you up when you say them over and over again. And they should support that overall vision of who you want to be. And then last but not least, this one's kind of a fun add-on. I like to incorporate some reminders and quotes, just things that make me feel good, remind me of what I'm after. And this is where you get to be creative and add things, whether you want to add pictures or quotes or music lyrics, you name it. Everything is figure outable is one of my favorites, and I have been saying this for years. This is by Marie Forleo, and it's at the very top of my map here because I truly do believe that everything is always working out for me, and it's always figure outable, even if you cannot see the way. Focus on the step in front of you, not the whole staircase. Stop stopping you. These are just things that are gonna light a little fire under my ass. Pinterest is a fantastic resource for motivational, inspirational quotes. If you don't already have some under your belt, you get to make this section your own, whatever's exciting for you. Now that we've created this massive document with our whole entire dream life in it, what do we do with it? So you get to review this document, this note, whatever, wherever you keep this thing, as often as you'd like. I highly recommend reading it to yourself each morning for a couple weeks. Do it every day, just for a couple weeks, until it really starts to sink in and this becomes normal for you. Because when you first start dreaming the dream, it can feel really far away and really out of touch. The more that you read it and the more that you visualize it and the more that you say the affirmations, the more normal it becomes. The more normal it becomes, the more that your brain, your subconscious, believes that it's true. So that's kind of what we're after here. We want to dream the dream, then we want to embody the dream. Big step in doing that is teaching your subconscious that this is real. This is reality. It's not just some thing that I've dreamed up, because your subconscious actually doesn't know the difference between what's fake and what's real. The more that you can immerse yourself in this dream life that you've created, that's just one more step towards making it your reality. Anytime that you can add in pictures, visualizations, things like that, I think that that really helps to support this practice of reviewing it regularly, because again, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a photo and a memory. That's kind of cool. Review it as often as you'd like, but I really suggest doing it every day for a couple of weeks until it feels normal. And then maybe every couple of days, or creating once a week kind of ritual, maybe doing it just every Friday or at the start of every single week, whatever feels good to you. Then at any point, if it doesn't jive with you anymore, something's no longer a goal, maybe your dreams have changed a little bit, then go in and update it. Make those changes, because we always want to be aligned with this picture or painting of our future life. I hope this was helpful. I hope you have fun with it. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be exciting, and to support the dream life that you are so deserving of having. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you enjoyed this little chat today, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.